What's up, guys? Welcome back to Zen Magic. If you're here for the first time, welcome to the show where I teach you amazing magic tricks and even more amazing performances. If you want to learn simple yet powerful magic, you came to the right place. So be sure to hit that subscribe button for me, because today we're going to learn a bunch of different ways to get into a double lift position. At certain times, it becomes necessary to have a selected card by a spectator ready to be performed in a double lift with another card. Now, if a spectator selects a card, how do you get it into that position without them being suspicious or anything like that? In a previous video, we talked about something called the Marlowe tilt, which is a depth perception trick where you place their card right underneath the top card without them ever knowing. Because when viewed from the front, it looks like it's going in the middle because of the shadow you create by lifting the card up. I'm not going to go too much into that. That's in another video. I'm going to teach some other ways to put a card into a double lift position. Now, at the beginning of this video, you saw one way which used a double backer. Now, a double backer is one way to do it. The only problem with using a double backer is the deck is not clean, so it can't be inspected, which is fine. I never let people inspect my cards anyway, so that's not a problem for me. But I'll show you that. If you have a double backer, great. If you don't, you can take the jokers and stick them together either permanently with glue, or you can just use non-stick tape. I will shortly be making a video on how to create gimmicks. We're just going to go over all the different kinds of gimmicks and how to make them, because there is a technique to be able to peel apart the cards without ripping them and being able to make gimmicks. So we're going to go over that in another video. But for now, you can just tape two jokers together. This is a 1 card thick double backer, came with a gaff deck, which I will be reviewing, also going through that, showing you all the different kinds of gaff cards. A lot of custom decks come with double backers, so anything that's like a custom, for example, I have some reverse backs. They're made by Magic Makers, and I have some of Brian's decks. If you've heard of him, I've mentioned him on this channel a couple times, reviewed his decks. They all three of them come with double backers. But for now, you can just tape two jokers together with double stick tape. Even though it's 2 cards thick, it's still not noticeable, trust me. So anyway, that double backer goes on the top of the deck, and then they pick a card, in this case the 7 of spades. So they hand it back to you, you square it up with the rest of the deck and let everyone see it again. Then you can grab a double lift, grab a break in whatever way you want. You could do the pinch double lift that we talked about, or whatever you want, and you turn over both cards. So now the card that's going in the middle is the double backer, of course, and their card stays on top. So I'll show you that again. The double backer's on top. Let's say they pick a card, they look at it, they all see what it is, they hand it back to you. You show them one more time, and then just do a double lift on both cards, and then put the double backer in. And what's really great about this is they know that this is 1 card, and they don't know what a double backer is, which makes this one work out really great. So that's one way, and the other way is the Marlowe tilt. So another way that you can grab a double lift setup, that's what I'm calling them, double lift setups, is you can grab a break on the bottom card. So put the bottom card in a thumb break like this. And then you're going to swing cut over the card, push it forward, and then deposit this card. We talked about this in The Trick That Fooled Houdini. If you haven't seen that, that's up here. But anyway, you show them that card and then do a wrist kill. A wrist kill is just quickly turning over your hand while it's concealed by the other deck so they don't see that this card is now on top of it. flash that, push it in square with the deck, and then you can lose this card, which is not theirs, in whatever way you want. That's a duplicate, in case you saw that. I would duplicate for another trick, hand sandwich, if you're wondering. That's up here if you want to learn hand sandwich. So that is one way to do it. Another way I use this in a different trick is I tell them I'm going to riffle off wherever they want. And when I tell them that, I grab a thumb break again. Wherever they say stop, let's say it's right here, I show them that card, and then when I turn it over again, I'm going to drop this card on top of it. And that's another way to grab a double lift setup. Right there. Another way, actually I'll show you that one more time. So you riffle and grab a thumb break. Wherever they say cut, you show them that card, and as you turn it over, you drop it on top. Just like that, and then you can lose this card however you want. These will come back to the top. So, another way, this is used in the Ambitious card, which I'm going to do a tutorial of that shortly. The Ambitious card is a great trick that is nothing but double lifts, where their card infinitely comes back to the top. And one of the ways that he does it is this. So their card is the top card, alright? And then you say to the spectator, it only happens when you snap your fingers. So you have a random person snap their fingers, and you do a double lift to show a card. That's a triple lift. You do a double lift to show a card that's not theirs to the spectator. Because remember, theirs is on top, above this card. So you show them, see, it doesn't work. You have another person do it, and turn over that card, and say, see, now you've just sandwiched their card between these two. So then you have them snap, and that will bring the card back to the top by means of a double lift. And now you're in a double lift to do whatever you want. Now you can lose this card in the middle. They think it's theirs, but it's not. So I'll show you that again. Their card is on top. You have a random person snap and do a double lift to show that it didn't work. Have another person do the same thing, show that it didn't work, turn them all back over, and then have them snap. And that brings their card back to the top. You just do another double lift, and now you have a card on top of this one to lose elsewhere in the deck. So now, we've covered the Marlowe tilt, push off with a wrist kill, like that. And we've talked about like depositing the card on top as you riffle down. There's one more I'd like to talk about, another double lift setup. And this, I think, is the most genius thing ever. I've been using this move in one of my own tricks, and I would have never thought to use it as a double lift. It's called a turnover, and you do it by hitting the card against your waist while the deck is dropped to your side. So you distract the spectator, you look them in the eye, you go over everything. Or let's just say they're looking at their card. Alright, they're looking at it. This is your waist. You push off the card and then drop your hand, and you'll end up turning over the card. And then you turn the deck like this, take their card and say, look, we take your card, and now their card is underneath another card that's face up. So now you just turn them both over and lose that card that's not theirs. So show you that again. Let's say they got a card. While they're looking at it, you come down, you turn over that card, they hand it back to you, put it under, push it flush with the deck as you turn it over, show them their card one last time, then turn over both cards and lose it, and show that it comes back to the top. So these are just a few ways to get ready to do double lifts. I hope you enjoyed this and learned a few things that can help you in your routines. That's all. Again, be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And remember, we perform to amaze. See you next time.